That's good. Thank you. I've shared the slides. Okay, students, do you remember what did I teach last week uh, in my third lecture? Do you remember? Yes. Extended Euclidean algorithm? Yes. Okay, fine. So we will start today with some basics of mathematical notations, some fundamental concepts of numbers and its operations, so that some notations which are useful for other techniques, right? So some fundamental aspects. The integers, the distribution of integers in Z. What is the way? Anybody remembers? This is you must have studied this in your school days. The distribution of integers in Z, how it can be represented. Okay, so let me show you. Can we represent it like this on a line? Right, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3, up to n minus 1, n minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, up to minus n minus 1. And so many such numbers are possible in Z, right? So this is the distribution of integer in Z. Now, what is Zn? Zn equal to 0, 1, 2, up to n minus 1. If it is Z2, what is the meaning? The elements are 0, 1, right? So, correct. Okay. Now, if we have to represent this Zn, the distribution of Zn, Janil, what is the question, Janil? 2 minus 1, Z minus 2? Okay, you are saying that Z2 is equals to not subscript minus 2, 2. We are taking all positive integers, right? N greater or equal to 0. Okay. So why we are taking this, that also I will tell you. What is the context of Zn? You will understand the context of Zn in this distribution. So if we have to represent this Zn, we can represent it as a circle. Just see that in a circle we have at equally distant space the numbers are distributed. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth, and up to minus n minus 1, n minus 2. So this should be n minus 2, n minus 1, not the minus. Okay, n minus 2, n minus 1. So after n minus 1, again it will start 0. So it is a circle. See the shape. So its circle means what? In what is the context of this circle? What is, can anyone tell what is the meaning? Modulo. Yeah, but what is, why it is represented as a circle? That is fine. So Janil has got the understanding of the context, but in why circle? Why circle is suitable to represent? So integers 0 to n minus 1 are spaced evenly around a circle. So if we do modulo, we can have remainder in the circle. Okay, right. So it is possible that we can have same remainder for different numbers, right? And so it belongs to Zn, right? So if you look at this 2, we can write A congruent to mod n. Okay, this sign is not equal to sign. Please closely see this. It is not an equal to sign. It is congruent sign. Okay, so A congruent to mod n. Okay, so all congruent integers modulo n occupy the same point on the circle. So if we do 2 mod 10, right? So what is the modulo? Okay, and 12 mod 10? Okay, 22 mod 20? Right, so the answer belongs to Zn. Same answer is coming, right? And that is the meaning of the circle over here, right? So for multiple operation, we are getting the same value again and again. That is why this is represented, Zn is represented as circle. Okay, is the concept clear? Zn is what? Zero to n minus 1. Okay. So if it is Z10, what is the meaning? Z10 is equals to 0 to 9, right? So the result of the modulo operation with modulus n is always an integer between 0 and n minus 1. So A mod n is always less than n, greater than n, or equal to n. A mod n A mod n is always less than, greater than, or equal to n. What is the answer? Okay, so I'm getting 4 responses. Harsh Patel, then Kaushal, then Keval. Okay, fine. So it is less than, and whether it is negative or non-negative. So it is always non-negative integer and it is less than n. Okay, so Z6 is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Zn is called as set of least residues modulo n. Okay, what is the name of this set? Zn. It is least residues modulo n. Understood? Least residues modulo n. If you do the modulo n, what is the remainder? Residual number, least residual number. That is shown. Clear? So we have infinite instances of the set of residues of Zn. For example, Z2, Z10, Z11, we can have infinite such instances of set of residues. Okay? Now, mapping from Z to Zn is not one-to-one. Can you understand this? Mapping from Z to Zn is not one-to-one. Why? What is the reason? So 2 more 10 is 2. Okay. 12 more 10 is also 2. 22 more 10 is also 2. So you can clearly see that it is not one to one. 2, 12, 22 all belong to Z. Right? So these 2, 12, 22 are called as congruent mode 10. Right? So 2, 12 and 22, they are congruent. These numbers are congruent. Is that clear to all of you? 2, 12. So that is why if you see here in this circle, this equation, A congruent to mode n. So here n equal to 10. And then we take 2, 12, 22, 32, 42. All the answer maps to A. Right? So it is not equal to, it is congruent. Is that clear to all of you? The meaning? Right? So we say that congruent mode 10. Okay. Now, this concept of congruence, how it is different from the equality concept, right? So what is the difference between equality operator and congruence operator? So one difference is that equality operator, you have 2 straight lines, and in congruence you have 3 lines, right? But what is the difference? What is the meaning? Can anyone say? Can any of you say? One-to-one relationship, that is incongruence. Or inequality. Okay. So let us see the first difference. An equality operator maps a member of Z to itself. Correct? Is that correct? Equality operator maps a member of Z to itself. 2 equal to 2, 3 equal to 3, 4 equal to 4. But what about congruent operator? Congruence operator? It maps which member to which member? Similar properties member? No. Z to Zn. Okay. Right. So that is the answer. So the congruence operator maps a member from Z to a member of Zn. Right. If you look at 2 mod 10, 12 mod 10, 22 mod 10. So 2, 12, 22, they all belong to Z. And it is mapping to 2, which is member of which set? Two belongs to which set? Z, Zn, and what is the n value? N equal to 10. So Z10, what are the values of Z10? Zero to 9, right? So 2 belong to 0 to 9. So Z to Zn mapping is done. The equality operator, as one of you said, that it is 1 to 1, but the congruence operator is many to 1. So this is the fundamental difference between congruence, concept of congruence, equality operator and congruence operator. Now, if you look at this slide, here these different numbers from Z are taken, -8 to 12, 22. And if you look at this mode operation, this square are basically mode operation. These square boxes are performing mode operation. And you perform mode 10, okay? So you have input -8 and another input 10. So -8 mode 10. So what is the answer of -8 mode 10? 2, right? 2. So you can see that at the last, what I have written is that the output of all these mode operations, that is a member of one of the member of Z10, and Z10 is 0 to 9. So we can write like this: -8 congruence to congruence 12, congruence 22, mod 10, right? So the destination set is Z10. Destination set is Z10. Okay, is that understood? Clear? What do we write? We write congruence operator over here, right? Congruence mod 10. Is that clear? Okay. Okay. Second is residue classes. What is a residue class? A residue class A or A of n is the set of integers congruent modulo n. Right? So a set of all integers such that x equal to A in the bracket mod n. So mod n is a phrase. Okay, mod n is a phrase. Congruent modulo n. So if we have n equal to 5, then we have 5 residue classes. So first residue class 0. So which values should be taken so that the residue is 0, right? So if you divide -15 by 5, What is the residue? What is the remainder? Right. So that is why it belongs to class which is 0 in the square bracket. 0 in the square bracket, it means it is residue class whose division A mod n gives x value 0. If A mod n x, if A mod n equal to 5 is taken, and A mod n is equals to 1. So we want all numbers which if we divide it by n, then it gives the remainder equal to 1. So if you take minus 14 divided by 5, so 5 into 2, 10, then minus 4, then again minus 4 mod to 5 is minus 4 plus 5, so plus 1. So 1 is the residue of minus 14. Is that clear? Similarly for 2, if we take minus 13 mod 2, minus 13 mod 5, so the remainder is 2. Okay, understood these residue classes? Okay. So let us understand some properties of these operations. A plus B mod n is equals to, we write A mod n plus B mod n, right? So the answer of this addition to mod number, that should be mod n. Okay. Second is A minus B mod n. So A mod n minus B mod n. And third, A mod n into B mod n. So A into B mod n is equals to A mod n into B mod n. Okay, is this three property clear to all of you? Then we shall see the examples related to this. Okay, so I'm giving you one example to solve. Perform this addition. This large number is given 17233452124 So addition of these two numbers mod 11. So note down this question in your book and apply the property and try to solve this and give the answer. Solve it with your steps in the book. In your notebook, you should write down all the steps. How you have come to the solution. You have to apply the properties. Okay, so I may ask anybody randomly from the available students.
हाँ दोनों जगह बोला दोनों जगह बोले हाँ ऐसे कर दो ना बार बार लोग को दिखता है इधर का दिखता है ऊपर से यही मुझे ऐसे गेट के ऊपर कौन सा दिखता है
So we are getting different answers.
नहीं वो तो नहीं है ये तो दोनों जगह तो
Can you see the screen now? Can you see this pen and notepad which I am using? Okay. 1, 7, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Plus 2, 2, 1, 2, 4, 9, 4, 5. Okay, and we have to take mod 11. Okay, so what do we do? What is our next step as per the property? 1, 7, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 mod 11 plus 2, 1, 2, 4, 9, 4, 5 mod 11 and the whole bracket mod 11, right? So, okay. So this writing is becoming difficult. So I'm using the slide only. Can you see the slide now? Okay. So you can see that we have to apply this mod 11 plus mod 11 and it's mod 11, right? So what is the answer of this step? Can you see the mouse pointer? 1, 7, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 mod 11. What is the answer of this? What is the answer? PDF you cannot see, but I'm sharing PPT. Can you see this PPT? Okay, let me once again share. Okay, now. Okay, so can you give the answer of this step? 1723 345 mod 11. What is the answer? 8. Okay, many of you have given answer 8. Okay, Kenil, Gopani, some new students are also answering. That is a good thing. And what is the answer of second one? 2145 2124945 9. Okay, so the next step is 8 plus 9 mod 11. So what is the answer? 72. Sorry, 8 plus 9. So that is 17 mod 11. So that is 6. Okay. Now if we perform this negative operation, minus, so a minus b mod 11. So what is the answer? Mod 11. Others, there are same students who are answering. Others who finished, you should also answer. You are getting answer, right? So let's see. 8 minus 9 mod 11. We will perform this step, which I have not written because I have already written over here with negative sign, right? So we will have this 8, this 9. So 8 minus 9 mod 11. So minus 1 mod 11, and that is 10. Okay, is that clear? Second property, a minus b mod 11. So a mod 11 minus b mod 11 and the whole difference mod 11. Okay. Now we multiply these two numbers, these large two numbers, multiplication. Perform the multiplication. So if you have to multiply such a large number and then you have to take mod 11, then it actually, so the one straight away method is that you actually perform the multiplication of these two numbers and then find the answer with respect to mod 11. But if you apply this rule, then it becomes very easy, because then you have 8 into 9 mod 11. So that is 72 mod 11. So these two large numbers have reduced to small number. Can you understand the power of this multiplication? So the answer is 6. Is that clear to all of you? All the three properties? Okay. So second example. We need to find 10 mod 3, 10 raised to 2 mod 3, 10 raised to 3 mod 3, and so on and so forth. Okay. Similarly, we also want to find 10 mod 9, 10 raised to 2 mod 9, 10 raised to 3 mod 9, and so on and so forth. Right? So what we can write over here, 10 raised to n mod x. So I want you to find out the answer of this 10 raised to n mod x. What is the answer of 10 raised to n mod x? You have to find out. Try to find out the solution of this 10 raised to n mod x. So what we can write about this? What is the solution, simplification of this? By applying multiplication property, what you can do, what you can write about it? Yes, so apply it. So we'll write like this. This is n times, okay? N times, okay? And what we write? Mod x, okay? So solve this. Solve this. What you can write for this? 10 into 10 into 10 up to n times. It is the same 10 raised to n, right? And mod x. So by applying third property, what is the third property? A cross B mod n is equals to A mod n multiplied by B mod n and the whole mod n. Okay. Can we write like this? So try to simplify it. What will you write here then? So you can write 10 mod x. What is our x? What is our x? X. So let's take x. Okay, 10 mod x. Then what we'll do? Multiply or plus multiply. Then again 10 mod x. How many times? 10 mod x. How many times? N times. Correct? So is there anything remaining? We can write mod x. Correct? So we can rewrite it as this. Ten mod x raised to n mod x. Clear? So if we have to find the answer of this 10 mod 3. So 10 raised to n mod 3. What is the answer? Yes, so what is the answer? One. So what are the steps? Which steps you will follow? 10 raised to n mod I'll discard this. Okay. 10 raised to n mod 3. So what we can do? 10 mod 3 raised to n mod 3. So this is equal to 1 raised to n mod 3. And what is the answer? 1 mod 3. That is 1. Clear? Okay, now if x is equals to 9, find out the answer. Right, so answer is 1. Okay, now take x equal to 7 and find out the answer. We can rewrite it like this: 10 mod we can rewrite like this. So what is the answer? 10 mod 7 is what? Right? So we can rewrite like this. Is that clear? Is that clear to you? Right? So the answer is 3 raised to n mod 7. Clear? Okay. Now an interesting question, interesting example, third example. The remainder, now this please understand it properly. The remainder of an integer divided by 3 is the same as remainder of the sum of its decimal digits. The remainder of an integer divided by 3 is same as the remainder of the sum of its decimal digits. Right? So it means that if we have 6371, right, divided by 3, then it is equivalent to dividing 17 by 3. Why? Because 6 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1 is 17. Understood? Now we want to prove this. Can anyone help me proving this? We want to prove this 6371, that is equal to 6 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1. So that is equal to 17. So if this is divided by 3, it is also equal to divided by 17 divided by 3. So we want to prove this. So if we have A, suppose we generalize, we take A. So can we rewrite A as an 10 raised to n plus an minus 1 10 raised to n minus 1 plus a1 10 raised to 1 plus a0 10 raised to 0. Can we rewrite it like this? Right. So if you take a mod n, we can say it is equivalent to this whole mod n. We can say that. Got it? So simplify it. So simplify this. A mod 3 is equals to this. Now simplify this and find out what we can write at the end. Reduce the steps to the final answer. Okay, do it in your book by applying the principle. There is properties of mod. See, by reading it, you will not remember it. You have to do it in your book. Yes. So this is equal to, so 6371 mod 3 is equals to this whole mod 3, right? And so by following this generalized form, so if we can solve it for generalized, equation, it can be applied easily, right? So A is an 10 raised to n plus, I am directly writing last step, a0 into 10 raised to 0. Okay. Now a mod 3 is equals to an into 10 raised to n plus last step a0 into 10 raised to 0 mod 3, right? So this is equal to, what is the answer? We have to apply it. So which two properties we will apply here? First we will apply multiplication. So first we will apply addition. So an into 10 raised to n mod 3 plus, we'll write a0 into 10 raised to 0 mod 3 and the whole of mod 3, and then we apply the multiplication. So what we can write? What we can write? An mod 3 into 10 raised to n mod 3, okay, plus so on and so forth, right? So that you can see over here in this slide, right? So what I've done here is an 10 raised to n mod 3 plus an minus 1 10 raised to n minus 1 mod 3 plus last step. So the simplification of that is this an mod 3 into 10 raised to n mod 3 an minus 1 mod 3 10 raised to n minus 1 mod 3 a0 mod 3 10 into 10 raised to 0 mod 3. So what we get is an mod 3 plus an minus 1 mod 3 plus a0 mod 3, and so you get an plus an minus 1 plus up to a0 mod 3. Okay, is that clear to all of you? Right, so what you get is 6 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1 mod 3, so that is 17, right? Okay, any doubt into this? Any question? Okay, so I'm giving you one more example. Do it for this. Your A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now divide by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So What is the answer? What is the answer? Five. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. 15 divided by 3. Yes, instead of A, we have 5-digit number. Then it is an into 10 raised to n. N equal to 0 to 4. Clear to all of you? Yes. Okay, for attendance, I have taken your screenshot in the between around half of your lecture. So those who were present, their screenshot is recorded. Okay, for your attendance. Any question? Any doubt? Okay, then all the best. We'll meet next week again.